Hey garden friends, welcome to my channel, Jack City Garden. I've built an urban cottage garden in the hood. Just do something. Ugh, I do need water. I'm a thirsty girl. I have been growing this garden for about 6 years now. I started as a complete novice, and over the years I've just been learning through experience, consuming so much garden content, probably just like you, to learn more, and I've become obsessed with gardening. I've taken the garden obsession so far to the point that I'm building a garden that surrounds my home here. I'm also helping my parents to build a garden that surrounds their home. And because that's not enough, I'm also training in landscape design. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about plants, gardening, design, even tricks for how to enjoy your garden better and how to bring your garden into your home, please think about subscribing. So today's a really nice day, and I have just been taking in the garden, and I thought it might be a good idea to capture some of what I've been noticing with you. I will just show you some of the things that have stuck out and some of the things I'm enjoying lately, and I'll take you on a quick walk all the way around the house, which is not a very long walk, but to give you an idea of what it's like to peruse the garden along with me. This year I planted flower boxes and large planters on the front porch, as well as hanging baskets full of pansies and kale, ornamental kale and ornamental cabbage. And this has provided color for the past 2 or 3 weeks. It's getting kind of warm in April, so those baskets are requiring more and more water from me, and I divide my time, especially in the springtime, between my home and my parents' home, and I have not been able to keep on top of the watering for these baskets. So I really don't get too worried about things like that. Eventually, those pansies are going to decline. It's going to get too hot, and I'm going to have to take them out. So I'm just kind of hobbling them along for now, and I'll be replacing them with some of the other plants that I've been propagating throughout the past couple of months. Probably mint, maybe some marigolds, probably some crawling sedum, things that require very little maintenance from me. I've been experimenting with sort of a meadow lawn. My lawn is very small. It's probably about a 10 by 10, maybe 15 by 15 space, and right in front of my steps, and most of my lawn is sort of a walkway. There's a large circular part of the lawn right outside of the front steps, and then there's a lawn walkway that goes to the back fence. And this is something that I've really enjoyed. I really like having this, albeit small, expanse of green for the eye to rest. But I am sort of experimenting this spring with allowing the lawn to just grow and to allow the weeds to come up, and some of the weeds that come up do flower. So I've been enjoying their blooms as well. I've also planted crocus and grape hyacinth or muscari in the lawn. That has provided a really beautiful sight early in spring before the taller weeds started to grow. Although I could have left it that way all spring, it's a bit difficult to walk on, and I have some work being done around the house, people coming over, and I just don't want to scare anyone who's afraid to walk in the tall weeds, so I am going to be cutting those back. shrub borders are flowering, and every spring I'm reminded why I chose these bushes. I was drawn to them immediately because they were affordable, but also because I knew they would be flowering. And I did not even really know that much about gardening when I planted them. I did not know what to expect. And are they a little big for this area? Yes, they are. I am training them. I will continue training them for the duration of my time here in this home. And if I am ever to leave, I will either take them with me if possible, or I will unfortunately have to prune them back really hard, and advise the new owners to keep an eye on them. But right now, all I can think about is how beautiful they are. The brattlewreath spirea along the sidewalk is bursting in blooms. The loropetalum is bright red now with its new growth and pink flowers. The Chinese snowball viburnum has got these huge blooms that they look fake, but they're totally real. One thing I will go ahead and let you guys know about Chinese snowball viburnum is, yes, it is a big plant, but in addition to that, its branches have this dust on them that is not, I don't know if it's allergenic or poisonous, but it can be an irritant. So if you are sensitive to those type of things, that's just a heads up. I spent last fall transplanting and kind of envisioning more blocks of plantings than, interspersed flowers. And, everybody has their own preference, but I'm experimenting with this to see if I like it better, and I really do. I love these blocks of sedum, these bright green patches. I've got these beautiful rosettes of coneflower coming up in their own little patch, and I can just picture what it's going to look like when it's flowering. I've decided to replace the perennials in the front foundation border with Landseer. Just a nice solid mast of a simple ground cover that provides a nice sort of backdrop for the shrubs in the foundation border. It's definitely approaching time to prune back the shrubs, but I just haven't gotten to that yet. I'll probably be doing that sometime this week. I have done a little bit of cleaning up, but not much, just blowing back the leaves. The vegetable area is still under construction. I'm going to be adding a couple of raised beds to this area, just like the one that I've already got here. What else can I tell you about my yard? The backyard is still sort of just waking up. Right now, the plants that are on show are the hellebores. Hellebore is flowering, and I've got this one type of hellebore that just is covered in blooms, and I really wish I could tell you what the name of it is, but if you ever come across a line of hellebores that are all named after like people at a wedding, like Mother of the Bride and Bridal blah blah blah, choose one of those. Woodland phlox is covered in blooms, and I'm just really hoping that this continues to spread in this area. It's dreamy and it's right under my bedroom window, and I love being able to open the door and see not only the hellebores up on the slope, but the woodland phlox down on ground level. It's beautiful. I've got a lot of work ahead of me in this area, adding vegetable planters to my vegetable garden, spray painting and painting a lot of the fixtures in the back garden, adding steps, adding walkways. And these are all things that I would love to have completed by the end of the spring. But if they're not completed, I'm gonna have to give myself grace because I'm only one person and I do it all myself. As the garden is today, I love it. And so I need to just remind myself that, one more project and one more plant is not going to make me love it any more or any less. Quick, let's take a look at the driveway bed. It's a simple bed because it is so far away from everything else. I like to keep it really simple here. So I've planted juniper as a ground cover, a magnolia, Jane magnolia, for interest in the spring, and iris. It's also filled with mint and lilies, and I'm just kind of letting those things go. The more plants the better, the more they cover the ground the better. And all I do is every now and then I chop the heads off the mint just to make it bushier, and I will pull out some mint plants if it gets too crowded in there. When the lilies stop flowering, I'll just let the mint cover them, and it also has a nice smell, so that's a plus. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining me on this spring garden tour. I am so excited to see how things grow in, and I've got a few projects ahead of me, as I mentioned, and I'm excited to share some of those with you as I get through them. And we'll be taking stops at my parents' house to see how their garden projects are coming along. So it was so great to have you, and I hope that we'll be connecting again soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.